Now that's what I'm talking about, okay? That's what I'm talking about. Frickin' Scotsman's back. Scotsman's back, and then he died, and then he came back again. that was the episode I was waiting for. After last week, a lot of you guys thought I was pissed off at the episode or something, or I really didn't like it. I just thought it was okay. It just didn't move along quick enough for me, but now we're finally getting to the story. We can start to see the beginnings of what's coming here, and seeing the Scotsman back. And that little thing at the beginning, he has apparently like hundreds of daughters or something that were all fighting in that army. So it was some combined attack on Aku's fortress that was quickly shut down by Aku himself. And then the Scotsman gave his daughters a chance to retreat. He goes up to Aku and talks some pretty hardcore words to him. Aku doesn't like that and just vaporizes him right in front of his daughters, who were running away at that point. And my heart sank a little bit at that point. The Scotsman, I think we were all waiting for the Scotsman for a long time, and that he finally showed up in the 5th episode. We're halfway through now. It was so good to see him, and then you see him eviscerated right in front of your eyes. But then a couple moments later, we see him brought back as basically a Force ghost. He's a blue ghost from the Celtic magic in his sword and everything, so he's still going to be a character on the show, and he looks like he did before in his prime, in his youth, as he said. So I'm really excited to see how they get Jack back into the fold with everybody in this. It seems like it's going to be a big combined attack on Aku, with the Scotsmen and all these armies, with Jack sort of leading them, and Ashi and everyone, and taking on Aku. So I'm really excited to see where they're going to go with that. But now we could finally start to see what they're building towards, and that's what I was getting a little impatient with this past episode. But things are finally starting to shape up, and we're starting to see where we're going with this, and I'm extremely excited to see what they're going to do. Ashi continued to get some great character development in this episode. That inner conflict that we've seen since the beginning is really starting to come to the forefront now, where she is firmly, in this episode, on Jack's side, and it's a great ally for him to have, and going forward, seeing how she mixes in with this whole thing, and we get to see a lot of time dedicated to her development, which was something I did like about the last episode. Was we got to see her and Jack interact, and we got to see that in this episode too, but more Jack, really turning her, and her, sort of realizing for sure that she was basically lied to her whole life, which is great. So it felt like a classic episode too, because we had. Jack is always helping a random rogue group of people. In this, there was these blue alien furry beast kind of looking people from X-Men, I guess, a little bit. And they were both teamed up helping people out, and that was a great couple moments, because we got to see this team that we never got to see in the original series that are really working well off each other start to finally sort of mesh and get on the same page. And it was, as this season has been, it's been much more graphic and adult themes, and they aren't holding back. So we got to see these kids who were abducted from this village. These blue kids are turning like these little demons. So that was kind of disturbing there. So we had Jack being attacked by all these little kids, and he was not going to fight back because they're innocents. As when Ashi gets captured by that guy in the big red metal suit, he kind of explains that, he knows that Jack isn't going to attack the innocent kids, so that's like the perfect weapon against him. So it's pretty smart on that guy. But so Ashi's basically getting tortured, being electrocuted here, and she really shows how much of a badass she is, because she's fighting back against it, and we get to see some real heart to her coming out there, and she breaks the grip that she's in. Takes that guy out and goes after to find Jack. But at this point, she destroyed the high-pitched sound that was turning them into these little demon things, because they all got implanted chips in the back of their head or something like that. So they got knocked out for a while, but Jack thought they were all dead. So we see that horse come along, which I think sort of represents Jack's own demise, sort of him giving into his inner demons and sort of giving up, and I'm assuming some kind of suicide allegory there. So he sees this like mass genocide in front of him, and he can't take it. He sees that samurai on the horse and says it's time, and he follows that samurai. So it's looking like Jack's going to basically off himself. Ashi gets to that scene a little bit later, and notices that Jack is gone, but all the kids wake up because it just took a while for them to kind of snap out of it. And now this next episode in the preview, we get to see that she's going to be going after Jack and trying to track him down, which is definitely very interesting. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do next week with it. But this episode was action-packed from the beginning. It was not slow. It finally started to move the story along in a way that was satisfying, where we can see where they're going with stuff. So I'm hyped beyond belief to see the Scotsman and Jack team back up and seeing where that's all leading towards. And with the addition of Ashi in there as a new character who has her own backstory, who from the beginning was a really strong story arc within itself, I'm really excited to see how they are going to combine and take out Aku. It's going to be great. And I never doubted that from the beginning. It's just, the past episode I just wanted it to sort of move along a little bit faster. We're getting that now, which is great. But yeah, I'm just really excited to see where they're going to go with it. It's something that we all been waiting for years and years and years. So it's all finally building towards the finish line that we're starting to see form in the distance here. So I'm just extremely, extremely hyped to see what they're going to do next with it. So I'll be back next week to talk about more Samurai Jack. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't. Like, comment, and share the video if you will, please. And I'll be back with a new episode next week. Also, I'll probably be putting up Noir, because you guys have been, asking about that since I put that up on the Twitter poll. So Noir will be going up in here sometime this week. Make sure you check out top 5 best Undertaker matches, which is going to be going up Tuesday on the Channel Awesome page. So go ahead and check that out. And happy Easter to all you guys. And I will see you here soon with more videos on the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.